So, what's the big deal about baptism? Is it about salvation? Is it about obligation? Or should it be more about dedication? In Romans chapter 6, verse 3 through 5, Paul tells us, "Or have you forgotten that when we were joined with Christ Jesus in baptism, we joined with him in his death? For we died and were buried with Christ by baptism. And just as Christ was raised from the dead by the glorious power of the Father, now we also may live new lives. Since we have been united with him in his death, we will also be raised to life as he was." So, what's the big deal about baptism? Well, for those of us who love Jesus and have committed our lives to following him, it's about sharing in his death, in his burial, and in his resurrection. You see, there's a moment right before the person goes underneath the water. At that moment, their life would be represented as a life being lived for themselves. But when they go underneath the water, it's a burial. It's a symbolic representation of dying to their way of life, but only to rise from the water once again, representing the new life that Jesus came to give us all. So what's the big deal about baptism? Well, it's not the finish line. If anything, it's the starting point. It's symbolically taking a step to what Jesus has asked from each of us. He said, "If you want to be my disciple, you must deny yourself, pick up your own cross daily, and follow me." And one of the first places we should follow him is being obedient in the waters of baptism.